Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie ESTHER here, and this is my second YouTube channel called Paulie Pops, where I make videos about my hobby of collecting these Funko Pop figures you see here behind me. Well, today we got a box from Funko, Funko.com Loungefly, and you may be saying, well, how could that be, Paulie? You're always saying that Funko doesn't mail to Canada, which is normally true, with the exception of the digital pops that they sell through their NFTs. Those they will ship more worldwide than the regular Funko store. So today we got a box of some heavy hitters here, and in anticipation of that, I busted out some of my Pop Shield armors. I bought these when I was in the United States and had them shipped to my mom's house and brought them back with me just because they're so gosh darn heavy to get these shipped to Canada. I think I bought a case of 2 dozen, and I think that wound up weighing like 23 pounds, 23 kilograms. I forget. They're pretty heavy. So this is the best in the business for the hard cases that you can get. I bought 12 of these 2 packs, 24 in all. You get the best deal if you buy them in bulk, so it made sense to buy a significant quantity of them, and even at that, they wound up being over $10 a piece buying that many. But, you know, I think they're worth it for some of your best pops. We'll show you what one of these looks like here. So, actually, let me show you the back of the box here. It goes through what it offers. So, it has this magnetic locking lid for a strong seal and easy opening, branded with the Pop Shield logo on the top. 4-inch figures fit in perfectly with no room to move around, and extra thick, crystal clear acrylic. And I think the thickness is probably you know, one of the better features here. This is what they look like. You can hear that. Here, let me take the lid off. Magnetic lid. Pretty thick, and it has what 6 points of magnetic contact for these lids to hold that in place. Sorry, I didn't mean to bang the microphone. And that's not going to fall off, you know. So compare that to the pop hard case that I got from the dollar store the other day. This is much more flimsy. I've seen a lot of tests that people have done that if you drop these from a great height, this is going to crack and break. And these lids are prone to gravity. They can fall off. That one's actually pretty snug. But normally everybody tapes these in place because they have a history of falling off in transit in the mail and stuff. But if you drop one of these on the corner, it's probably going to crack. It's better than, you know, a flexible Protecto, but better than nothing. But it isn't the best. Like one of these, if you drop it, it holds up pretty good. You can just feel the thickness of the acrylic. Anyway, these I save for, you know, my better pops if they're $100 or more. And that's what we're going to see here today is some $100 pops in this box here. So these are from the Hanna Barbera set of the digital cards, those NFTs, and I wound up buying some of the redeemable cards on the aftermarket so that I could get these physical pops in the mail. So comes in one of these. These are the new shippers that they're using here with the tabs. Not my favorite, but they seem to do okay. It's popped open here on the side. Hopefully everything's going to be all right. 3 pops in this one. So let's start with the patriarch here of the family. And it's George Jetson. What does that say? 1,635 pieces. Again, these stickers are a little misleading because not all of them were claimed for redemption. It says that only 1,572 of George Jetson were claimed here. So this is the card that I bought. I wound up buying it for about $35–40 on the aftermarket. And then once I'm the owner of that card, then I'm able to redeem it for this physical pop that they sent me in the mail. That looks really great. That's George. Again, I'm a huge Hanna Barbera fan. But I broke out the originals here to show you, just to compare them. Well, everything's falling. Calm down. Everything's going to be okay. Don't squash your pops. So here's the original George Jetson from 2018 in my early collecting days. This was one of the first series of pops that I got when they came out brand new. There's George Jetson in his daily attire, and this is his space suit. George. Very cool. All right, so we're going to put that straight into this hard stack here from the Pop Armor. Ah, these are some super strong magnets. Tiny but mighty. Slide George straight in there. Nice fit. It doesn't stick out over the top. On the other case, the pop will actually stick out over the top, and then the lid has some depth to it. So if you use this kind, the pop goes up into the lid. I mean, I guess it makes it easy for getting it out that you can grip it, but nah, not my preferred one. So this is great. Super solid. Love those. Meet George Jetson. Okay, so that's George. Now, next, we have his boy, Elroy. So there's Elroy Jetson in his spacesuit, and he looks like he was playing around. He's got an S on his chest. Just having a good time as a kid. And he's got a space helmet on here. There's the Elroy card that you had to get to redeem for this. I paid about the same, $35, $40 for Elroy shortly before the redemption period began. So we'll get another one of these armors out for Elroy to live in. Open this up. Woo. And they put them in these bags too, so that they don't get scratched up in transit, which I appreciate. Very happy with this Pop Shield armor purchase. I just wish, you know, it wouldn't be a crazy amount of money to ship them to Canada. His boy Elroy, da 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 da. Down he goes. Elroy. And I've got the original Elroy here too. Let me show you this. There's the original Elroy Jetson. Again, this was 2018. This was actually wave 2 of the Jetsons. The first wave was Rosie, the robot maid, Astro, their dog, and George. And this wave was Elroy, Judy Jetson, and Jane, his wife. So there we go. Elroy Jetson. Again, it says 1,635 on the sticker. Only 1,566 were actually redeemed. And then let me get the third one here. The third and final one is what they call the royalty. That you have to collect the entire set of cards to be eligible to get this one. I wound up just buying the token that somebody got for completing the set. And then you redeem the token for this royalty. The royalty is usually Freddy Funko as a character from that line. So for Hanna Barbera, we got Freddy Funko as Space Ghost with Blip. Hard to see Blip. Blip is the little monkey sidekick there. You see he's got his hand on his head there. I guess you can see it in the picture. There's the picture of the card they give you if you have all of the cards in the set, and then you redeem that for this pop. Space Ghost with Blip. I love Space Ghost. I thought Space Ghost was the coolest when I was a kid growing up. And again, I'm a huge Hanna Barbera fan, so I was pretty excited about this. And here's the original Space Ghost. I picked this up. This is from 2016. I picked this up probably 2017, 2018 for $15. Space Ghost from a local collectible shop there. Very happy with that. This is just an amazing pop. It says there's 3,000 of these, but again, not there weren't that many sets completed. They had an odd number of sets. There's only a possible perfect 3,000 sets of cards that could be completed, and they wound up falling 600 shy of that. Only 2,400 people completed the set, got this card, and were able to redeem it for the pop. Everybody loves the Freddy Az. Freddy Az is a very popular series. Freddy Funko is the mascot for Funko, and people love the pops that feature Freddy as a character. This is no exception. So I noticed that this is like one of the more popular pops from the set. This one's selling for about $170 US on the aftermarket. So you could see why I want to put this in here. The Elroy and the George are selling for about $100 on the aftermarket. For some reason, I don't know if it's inexperience or people who aren't patient or willing to wait, but it's much cheaper to buy the card on the aftermarket and redeem it yourself and wait the several months for it to arrive, rather than letting somebody else redeem it, and then once they get the pop in hand, they sell it on eBay, because it's always like at least twice the price to do it that way. So it's always cheaper to do it yourself by buying the card and doing the redemption yourself. I mean, I always say I'm cheap. I like to go the cheap route. So that's the way I went, was to buy the cards and do the redeeming myself. It did take a heck of a long time. We had gotten an email that the boxes were all damaged upon receipt and that they had to get replacements and repack. So there was a delay in getting these. I think maybe they sold these cards over a year ago. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it is a stand around and wait project once you get involved in one of these things, for sure. But I'm super happy with this. There was one that I didn't get. Actually, I guess there's two. There was another Jetsons in spacesuit. They had Astro in a space helmet as another one of what they call the legendaries. And then there was a Grail of Huckleberry Hound in a spacesuit, and I didn't get either of those. Will I get them in the future? The Huckleberry Hound isn't that important to me. That's the Grail. It's going to be a pretty tough one to get at only 973 of those in existence. So I'll probably just do without. And honestly, I was happy that the prices kind of took a dive on these, and I was able to get these as cheap as I did, because, you know, a lot of times people are paying between $10 and $30 for the packs for like a 1.5% chance of pulling one of these. So it's almost better off to just let other people open the packs and you buy the cards when they dip in price, I think, anyway. But yeah, this one is super impressive. I love Space Ghost. Seeing Freddy Funko as Space Ghost is a very cool idea. And it isn't just the normal pose for Space Ghost. He's got Blip there, which is, you know, it's a great character. I love that. So I got them all secured in these pop armors. And I'm going to put them on one of my new shelves. I think maybe I'll start a shelf with some of these NFT pops now and get them all in armors and stuff like that. So, yeah. That's all I have to show you today. Thank you so very much for watching. As always, I appreciate the time you spend here with me on my channel. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.